Yo, what's going on in the world of football today? I wake up in the morning, everybody's crashing out, bruh. Isak's crashing out, GARNACHO's crashing out, Wissa's still crashing out, everyone's crashing out. Yo, I just want to crash out too now. I want to crash out. Somebody give me a reason to crash out. I want to join the party. It's crash out season. Everyone's going crazy. Yo, football clubs have a fight on their hands this summer because players ain't having it no more. Players ain't having it no more. If that bid ain't accepted, I don't care about your contract. If that bid is not accepted, it's straight carnage. That is the precedent that is being set in football right now. There was a few years ago, Caicedo done it. Brighton told him settle down. He signed the contract. He ended up leaving in the summer, though. There's been so much of this that it happens a little bit, but I haven't seen a summer where everyone's at it. You know, Gyökeres was at it he had a pre-agreement or whatever. Club tried to lowball him, blackball. I don't know what they were doing. He said, F this. I ain't coming training, brother. Same thing right now. Isak is like, yo, I ain't coming training. Garnacho, yo, listen, if you guys don't sell me to Chelsea specifically, I ain't training, I ain't playing, and Wissa is doing the same thing. Now, listen, where do I stand on this, right? This is the be-all, end-all, in my opinion, right? Where do I stand in all this? For me, there has to be a middle ground. And I feel like so many people walk away from having to get to the middle ground. That is the thing. Both club and player should be respected. Now, you get nothing, people. You get nothing out of keeping a totally unhappy player. If a player is completely unhappy, you get nothing out of really keeping them. So the best thing you got to do is let that player go. Now, I do think players should honor their contracts in a respectful way, because at the end of the day, you signed that contract, you signed that 4 years, you signed that 5 years, and at the end of the day, you're in a legally binding contract, whereas if you try to walk away and never come back, you will be sued. You know, that is just the reality, right? So I do think there needs to be respect on that part. Like, you can't just, I want to leave, I'm not coming back. For me, that's petulance, that's not cool, right? However, I do think football clubs at the same time also do deserve grace, but at the same time, football clubs, when they want to get rid of you, people, they will get rid of you. You know, so with what Isak is doing, what Garnacho is doing, with what Wissa is doing, it's mad. It's petulant. It's a bit childish. However, football clubs will do the same thing to you, people. So when you turn around and we look at these football players and we say, oh, he's a mug, he'll never be accepted at the club. Look at, for example, what Manchester United are doing with an Anthony. Anthony right now, yeah, he's just been a bad player for Man United. Realistically, he's just been a bad player. He's been banished. Malacia, he's been banished. They're not allowed to train. They're not allowed to with us. They're just told, listen, get the hell out of this football club. What if Anthony wanted to stay? What if Malacia wanted to stay? They have no choice. Look at what Man United are doing right now with Rasmus Højlund. The report, every single report is saying this brother wants to stay at Manchester United. Man United are saying, leave. 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 We're still going to negotiate with AC. We don't care about your opinion. We're still going to negotiate. So at the end of the day, he said, I want to stay. United are probably frustrated that he didn't go to Leipzig. So football clubs, when they want to, they will push you out. We've seen it with Chelsea. Remember what they did with Trevor Chalobah? Where's Raheem Sterling right now? We see it at all levels. All levels. I'm not even trying to just dig out certain clubs. We see it all the time. You know, when a club don't want you, they'll get rid of you. So players now are saying, listen, this might be my one and only opportunity to go to this football club. I'm going to do it. And the irony is, Isak is crashing out for Newcastle, Wissa to leave Newcastle, and Wissa is crashing out to go to Newcastle. What do they say? One man's trash is another man's treasure. One man's, you know what I'm saying? I don't even want to, you know what I mean? Like, one man, that girl over there, you know, you might love her. She once upon a time was a side thing to another man, yeah, bro, and vice versa. That boy you love. You might love him, but he once upon a time, he was just oh my God, he's still calling me. To another woman. That is the reality of life, unfortunately. That is the reality of life. Now, people, I think we need to find a middle ground with this. There needs to be a middle ground, right? My stance on this is, I do think the players crashing out, I don't really have a big problem with it. It is what it is. We would all want players crashing out for our football clubs. You look at Trent. Trent honoured his contract. People say, well, he should have let the club know that he wants to leave. Mate, it's in his contract. I'm expiring June the 30th. Simple as that. You know? And he was murdered. He was absolutely obliterated online. People are going to say boyhood club, but he was killed online because he wanted to leave the football club, right? And go to a bigger club. Whereas people are celebrating, same fan base will celebrate Isak going to their club by crashing out. Now, and this is how football is. We're all tribal, we're all whatever. So I'm not even going to go into that too much. However, I do think Wissa, Nacho, and Isak need to be a little bit patient, because at the end of the day, the clubs are probably, other than maybe Newcastle, I don't know, will honour selling you. They will honour selling that player. But Liverpool bid 110 million, which is under the British transfer record, after just breaking the British transfer record for Florian Wirtz. Newcastle are looking at it like that. Isak is not worth what they had offered. Market valuation. Now, wanting 150 million for Isak might be a little bit of a stretch. I'll be honest, 150 million is ridiculous money. It's ridiculous money. 150 million, right? That's what got PSG like young Kylian Mbappe, who was a generational talent for his age. So it's like a lot, you know, and PSG were moving mad at that point too. So 150 million is a lot, but you got to meet somewhere in the middle. I really want to leave. You guys want your money? Can we meet around 130 million type thing? Now you aim high and then you come down low, but you are always still high. If Newcastle turned around and said, we only want 100 million, Newcastle try blackball them, get him for about 82 million. They want 150, negotiate, probably get around 130. That way, you've kind of got the money that you need. Maybe you've also respected Isak's wishes, and Liverpool have broke the British transfer record. Boom, 3 parties are happy in a way. Adios. But I do think maybe Isak needs to speak to Liverpool. You know, his agents need to put a higher bid in. Listen, I know football players. I've seen football players in this situation before, where they've wanted to leave. They've spoken to the manager before the season has started, and before the end of the season, told the manager a bid has been rejected. They've said, what's going on? They've spoken to the bidding club, and the bidding club have basically said, okay, look, they understand, blah, blah, blah. And they were going to bid more in terms of their upfront payments, more so than the overall valuation. So the overall valuation, let's say it's 50 million. A club want 40 million up front. The club initially bid 25 million up front. At the end of the day, they want 50 million, but they put 25 million up front, 20 in add-ons, blah, blah, blah. No, go and bid 40 million up front, 10 in add-ons, boom, thank you, there we go. I've seen this happen, guys. I've spoken to football players where this has happened numerous times, right? So I think Isak needs to just go to his team, go to Newcastle behind the scenes, to Liverpool behind the scenes and say, listen, up your bid. If you really want me, up your bid. They know I want to leave. We just need to get closer. I think that's the same thing with Garnacho. Nacho, you want to go Chelsea? I think it's very personal for him. He wants to try and prove fans wrong, prove people wrong, prove Man United wrong. I can see it in him. He's trying to do the whole, I want to go Chelsea. We know what he's doing. You know what I mean? I have my opinions on the whole Amorim Garnacho thing. The original format, but now it's just I'm trying to be petty. I want to spite you guys. That's what it is, realistically. I only want to go Chelsea or I'm going to stay. Now, his thing is different to Isak, because Isak, that's the club that are bidding, whereas Nacho had interest from other clubs, and he's saying, I only want Chelsea. So now you're saying that you're trying to dictate and pull a play on where you go, right? So, again, you know what? I think I know what he's trying to do. He wants to stay in England. He wants to prove people wrong in the country that he's doubted in at the moment, right? Throwing his toys out the pram, of course. But again, Man United have a valuation of 50 million. You look at the current market, Nacho, Garnacho. You look at the current market. Nani Madueke's gone for 55. Elanga's gone for 55. You were in the team when Elanga was there, and you were the one that ended up becoming favoured. So why do you think... Well, again, I have my theories. Man United banishing him and stuff isn't good optics for if you're trying to get a sell. But why do you think you're going to go for 30 million, right? Why do you think Man United will not try and get more for you, at least in the initial stage, before you throw your toys out the pram? That's not going to really happen. Man United will try and get about 35, 40 million. I said 40 million. If we get 40 million, run with it. Run with it. Because when I was talking to KG and he's saying, run me 65 million, not happening. That is just not happening, people. We haven't handled it in a way that's like that. Is he even a 65 million pound talent? No. So we're not going to get that, right? Forget about that. He's not, the way we handled that situation is not going to get us that money. So again, another situation with what I'm saying is both club and player need to meet in the middle. Garnacho, you're seeing what the market value is. You're not going to go for 30 million at this current stage. When Chelsea, if they're serious, when they up their little bit of bids, now the reason why it's different from Man United, again, because he's been banished, so it's like a lose-lose. Whether you keep... End of the day, he's going to have to leave, right? Isak is not the case. He doesn't have to leave. Or Wissa. Now, going on to Wissa. For me, of all of them, Wissa's is the most ridiculous. Now, Isak is the most high-profile, then Garnacho. But Wissa is the most ridiculous. I'm sorry. Johan Wissa. I really like Wissa. I said him and Mbeumo are the best Premier League two-man step, mid-table duo, right? He went on Sky Sports and spoke about it. So shout out Wissa. But the reason why I'm questioning the Wissa situation, that Wissa, bro, you scored 19 Premier League goals last season. 19 Premier League goals last season, which is incredible. And think a £25 million bid from Newcastle should get you out of the football club. For me... What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? Come on. Respect yourself a little bit more. If they came with 35 million, cool. Then it's understandable. He's 28 years old. This is his last move. He's going to get a bigger... I understand everything. I'm not saying don't want to go to Newcastle. But 25 million for a guy that scored 19 Premier League goals in his prime now. Come on, bro. Throwing a strop and a tantrum and not turning up to training. And for me, that's crazy. They took Man United to 70 million for Mbeumo, who scored the same amount of goals as you. Or one more. And they took one more goal. I do think Wissa needs to calm down a little bit. Give the club an opportunity to make some money. It's Brentford Football Club. They need to recoup some money, man, when the opportunity comes. They ain't got a large stadium. They don't always have unbelievable footballers. So this is an opportunity to get some money. They made money off Mbeumo. Now they want to make money off you. And it's not even astronomical fees. It's only 35 million that apparently would get him out of Newcastle. Out of Brentford. So I think, there needs to be a middle ground with everyone. Right now, it's full-blown crash-out season. Everyone's crashing out. But Isak, there is the high-profile one. I'm not going to lie. I think it's a shame for me. It's a shame because I think since Alan Shearer, I'm thinking about Newcastle strikers since Alan Shearer. Michael Owen, Shola Amiobi. Well, Shola Amiobi was with him there. But Amiobi, Andy Carroll, Michael Owen... Lovenkrands, Cisse, Demba Ba, who else has there been? Callum Wilson, obviously Isak. What I'm trying to say is he could have put nearly basically in the hearts of Newcastle fans. Am I moving mad in saying that he would have in the modern time been second to Alan Shearer in the hearts of Newcastle fans? Am I moving mad in saying that? Demba Ba and Cisse had their moments, but, Isak actually got them in Champions League football, and the level he's playing at, he's a better player than Cisse and Demba Ba. So it's a shame that it has to end this way, because now it's going to be a situation where he gets booed all the time. He's never going to be called a legend or respected in a certain way. He won a cup, actually, at Newcastle. Of course, he's got to be second to Alan Shearer. Not even Alan Shearer won a cup at Newcastle. So... in the modern times. I don't know about all the history of Newcastle, sorry. But that's a shame. That one is a shame because Garnacho, Cool. Wissa contributed. Cool. I don't know what what they see him in the eyes of the Brentford fans. I don't really hear too much from Brentford fans. Garnacho, yeah, you came from Carrington, but hey, it can come and go. You know what I'm trying to say? It's not like he's a cult hero or anything like that. But Isak was really entering that kind of upper echelon of like, yeah, you know, they've had some players, David Ginola, they've had Shearer, they've obviously had they would have had it like Isak. There's other names in there where they've got like these fan favorites. I don't want to speak for them, but they've had, you know, Gillespie, for example. They've had some fan favorites in there, you know what I'm trying to say? But this one's a bit of a techie, or Shay Givens and stuff. I know these are guys that are really respected by Newcastle, so now he's probably ruined that. But hey, he won't care if he's winning Premier Leagues and Champions Leagues with Liverpool. So guys, let me know what you think, man. Crash out season, everyone throwing their toys out the pram. Because of this, I don't care if it's sunny outside. I'm crashing out. Because everyone else is doing it. I'm crashing out. I'm crashing out today. Guys, pick your crash out. Pick your crash out. We doing that today. I'm road raging today. I'm road raging. Because everyone wants to do it. Let me get involved. Guys, like, share, subscribe. My body's going crazy right now. I need some more water. Oh my God. Like, share, subscribe, turn notifications on. Appreciate all the support once again. Road to 50K. The season starts on Saturday. Can you believe it? Saturday. Was it Friday? I don't even know. The season starts very soon. So guys, there's PSG, Tottenham tomorrow. We'll probably be doing a talk on that. But as I said, like, share, subscribe, turn notifications on. Make sure you follow me on Twitch, Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, every platform, guys. This year, I want to build every single platform. So if you rock with me here, rock with me everywhere, people. Let's do this together. Guys, I'm out. Big love, big love, big love. Who likes this Brazil kit? You guys like this one? Look, R9. Come on. Vintage. It's your boy CultureCams. I'm out. Peace.